Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Mendoza in Argentina for the penultimate day of action at the Women's Champions Trophy for 2014. It's a 5th-8th place match here as Germany take on China. Well, this is the second match of the day. A little earlier on, England beat Japan by 3-1, so England will face the winners of this match for 5th and 6th. Japan will face the losers for 7th and 8th. And as the teams come out onto the park, you will see it's another beautiful day here in the west of Argentina. 1,100 kilometers to the west of Buenos Aires in the foothills of the Andes. We're at a height of about 900 meters above sea level, but it's a roasting hot day, 30 degrees plus in the shade. So both sides out in the center of the park, and we will have the national anthems, first of Germany and then of China. So this will be the 11th meeting between Germany and China at a Champions Trophy. Germany have won the previous 8, China just 2. They met twice when 2011, that was the last time they played. Germany won the first one 4-1, China the second 5-3. Okay, let's have a look at the two sides, starting with that of Germany. And Germany, while they are struggling to score goals, just 2 goals in their last 4 games here in Mendoza. It's the least amount of goals scored by any team at this stage of the competition. And Yamilon Mulders, the Germany coach, we believe might be throwing a curveball at the China defence, but we'll wait and see how Germany line up to see if this is true. As for China, well, they'd only scored 1 goal before the quarter-final, but scored 2 in that 7-2 loss to Argentina, both of them penalty corners, so they themselves are not flush with goals. Cho Myung-jun is the coach of China, and we'll be interested to see if he can get a little bit more of attacking play out of his side in this match against Germany. Our 2 umpires for this one on the near side. From the Netherlands, it's Svaneke Alkamada and Cheiko Soma from Japan on the far side. Kelly Hudson is the video umpire for this one. So let's have a look then as these teams take up their positions. And we were led to believe that Julia Müller might be playing up front, the Germany captain, and she is starting up front for Germany. China get us underway in this second match on day 5 of this Women's Champions Trophy in Mendoza, Argentina. This is a 5th-8th playoff match. These teams finishing outside the semi-final spots. And joining me, Charlie Broom in the commentary box for this one, the former Wales and Great Britain international Sarah Thomas. And Sarah, we're not expecting too many goals here, are we, given what we've seen?
I mean, given what we've seen in the last 4 games from both sides, yes, probably not. But I think putting Julia Müller up front will give Germany some firepower today out there. And looking at the score sheet so far, China have conceded the most goals this tournament. So an opportunity here for Germany to get on the score sheet early, I think, and get into this game.
We just saw Yvonne Frank there in the Germany goal. Jamila Mulders played Christina Reynolds in the first 2, played Evie Frank in the next 2, and then was going to decide from there on who he was going to pick. Both excellent goalkeepers. I mean, both top draw keepers.
Yeah,
but he's gone for Evie Frank.
Yeah, and I think that's probably due to her performance against the Netherlands. One pick in particular off Palmer was absolutely ridiculous, and she's got an awful lot of experience back there in the goal for them as well. We saw China against Argentina scoring 2 corners, and I think for Evie Frank that's one of her strengths.
Müller, usually very good in defence, but almost an attacker's tackle coming back there from Julia Müller.
Yeah, no, Germany are very good in defence, and what we've seen in this tournament so far, them passing it around really nicely out the back.
China, the first team onto the attack, and there's another heavy-looking challenge, which goes unpunished, and forward comes Altenberg.
I guess that's the only thing for Germany. I mean, throwing Müller up front for them, I mean, she's very good in defence and made some fantastic tackles against the Dutch side. So obviously putting her up front means they lose it to the back, and hopefully that won't be against them today.
2 coaches there looking on. Germany finished 3rd in Pool B. They lost 1-0 to Argentina. They drew 1-1 with England. Then lost 3-1 to Australia. They scored a goal 5 seconds from time, and actually that goal put them above England in the Pool B table and put them into a quarter-final against the Dutch. And it was a close fought affair against the Netherlands, who had plenty of opportunities to win it, but only took one of those opportunities. And the Dutch put their place in the same final against Argentina later on today, as we see a replay of the attempted tackle by Peng Yang on Hannah Kruger. As for China, they lost 2-0 to the Dutch in their opening game. Frustrated the Dutch until the 3rd quarter. 2 Palmer penalty corners, the difference in the 3rd quarter, the difference in the match. Drew 1-1 with Japan, came from a goal down there. Then lost 2-0 to New Zealand, 2 penalty corners from Anita Punt, doing the business for the Black Sticks, and then 7-2 against Argentina. They were blown off the park by a brilliant Argentinian performance. Tackle on Müller Wieland, and Germany are into the circle and play on, says the umpire, and Müller to Müller Wieland, well stopped on the top of the circle by Wang, who's taken over the captain's armband from Kui, I see.
Yeah, Wang's been in the team a long time and is a very experienced player, and in this tournament I feel like she's been one of the strongest out there. So, and of course she's got the penalty corner flick as well. So a real strong member of the team for the.
It's a bit unusual though to start changing your captain midway through a tournament, unless of course they're injured.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it is an interesting one, unless of course they've got a leadership group. But no, we haven't seen them swap it up until now, have we? So an interesting one there.
Just goalkeepers. Happy to chop and change the goalkeepers around. And Mavers almost gets her stick on the pass from Wang. Cracked into the top of the D where Hasselmann intercepts. Müller Wieland. bursting through the midfield. As possession plays out to this right-hand flank, looking for Mavers. Last touch off a China stick-off bout. Lorenz takes it quickly. Lorenz, no real support, goes back to Muller-Wieland, and Muller-Wieland's been dispossessed on the halfway line. And here's a chance for China. This is Wu. Wu onto the reverse stick. She never really got hold of the shot, and to be fair to you, Frank, those ones can be pretty tricky as a keeper.
Yeah, we've seen a couple this tournament already, haven't we? But I mean, a good pick from the Chinese girl on the halfway line, but didn't really change the angle of attack and didn't really get hold of it for the final shot either.
Yeah, when Mulders threw his water bottle onto the ground, yeah, when
he's a very passionate coach, isn't he?
Muller-Wieland lost possession. Stockel brings it away. Altenberg and Schroeder, in fact, in the back line. Here's the reverse stick shot again. Yeah, never really got any purchase on it, but Frank watched it right onto the kicker, or pad. Muller-Wieland picked out Schütze. And here's Wang down the line to Xi. Xi into the circle. Xi still going. Draws Frank up over the top. It's penalty corner. Well, I thought that had got in, but Germany somehow survived. To be fair, Xi does exceptionally well down the left flank.
Yeah, really well there from Xi. I mean, coming in on the baseline left-hand side and just notices that Evie Frank comes off her line and tries to flick it over it. And I think it looked like it'd gone in the goal, but
China going upstairs here. I think they're going to be looking for a stroke here, aren't they? Probably. I guess anything you'd be referring it for.
Hey. Can you hear me? Yes, I can hear you, Chico. Can you look for inches now? Pause. Debbie, they're looking for a penalty stroke, penalty corner. Okay, I'm looking for a penalty stroke. Is this if she is intentionally on the ball? Yeah, they claim a penalty stroke instead of... Okay, I'll have...
Fanica Alcamada going across just to make sure that the right question has got across. It's difficult for Chico Soma sometimes. Language bad. Let's have another look at this. Good run down here from Xi. She does well, I think, to get it up and over off the back of Frank. Oh, well, that's a stroke. That's got to be a stroke.
Yeah, that has to be a stroke. Hit her hand, is going into goal, and there's no one behind the line. No German player behind the line.
Lorenz. Oh, she's played for it as well. That could be a card.
Chico, I have a decision for you. Yes? She has played the ball with her hands intentionally. It is a penalty stroke.
And the right decision has been given, and Lorenz could be very fortunate she hasn't picked up a card as well.
It's a penalty stroke, and China keeps the referral.
So Germany have already saved one penalty stroke. That was Christina Reynolds against England, against Georgie Twigg. Now it's Evie Frank up against Wang Mengyu, and she has saved it. So that's two penalty strokes from two that Germany have managed to keep out.
It's funny, isn't it? Because when they conceded the stroke, Germany did seem quite confident. They just immediately went up to Frank and tapped her, and read that perfectly and's gone to ground and made a great save on that. Trying to find the ball herself when she comes up off the floor.
She doesn't want to move, does she?
Yeah,
just
in case it rolls.
Almost crept under the armpit. Justifying her selection right there. Right, now, how will China react?
Yeah, it'll make things interesting as to what China's intentions are now in the next couple of minutes and whether they get some belief from going forward. I mean, that was, I think, one of their first two attacks in this quarter, but Xi doing very, very well coming down that left-hand side baseline.
ball thrown. This is Ji in round the back again. Ji driving to the circle edge. She has a player at the far post, brings it back. Ooh. Lee with a swinging stick. But China, where's this attacking play been for the previous 4 games?
Yeah, exactly. Ji's been doing really well on the left-hand side there for China. She's leading back towards the ball and then creating that space for herself behind the German defence. And China at the moment managing to find her with some aerial play.
Stockel drops it out to Schroeder. Schroeder to Gablash. Picked up by Schroeder illegally.
I mean, China traditionally are very good at playing set plays. They have a structure in which they play to, and if that works, then great. But if Germany can combat that, then China will struggle to make decisions based on the game in front of them.
Good pick on the reverse by Yu. Yu into the circle. Chika Soma has taken out the effects mic. Or it has taken her out. She's okay to continue. China have been in round the back of Germany now on a number of occasions.
Yeah, Germany are trying to push forwards, but I think they're leaving themselves quite vulnerable at the back. They don't look as structured as normally back there, and China, in all fairness to them, are finding space around both flanks on the left and right and making very good picks and traps to get in the back of there. We've seen with a few of these games this tournament that there's a little bobble on the pitch and teams haven't been trapping the ball so well, but that's one thing about China. They train their basic skills non-stop.
Müller-Wieland brings it under control. It's a horrible looking pass, but actually works out for Germany. Shoots it. Müller cracking it into the circle. The initial touch was off Kui. Here's Bao. Bao up against Altenberg. Kui. Kui still going. Kui trying to get it out on the reverse stick, trying to pick out Ji. Germany have the hits, which Müller-Wieland is going to take. Who is she? There she is. There is Lorenz. Müller can't get it out from underneath her feet, and the attempted cross blocked by Zhu. Altenberg.
It's very much the same tactic from Germany in terms of getting Müller on the board, trying to get a ball pumped into the circle so they can try and get deflection on it. I guess by moving her higher up the field, here's a bit of skill, and that's why they've got the free hit there. But I think that's why they've moved Müller high up the field, and it is a reason why they'll be looking to get her on the ball a lot more today. But I think they're going to have to change it up a little bit if they're to be successful.
Everybody packing inside the China 25. China have won it on the edge of the circle. This is Peng Yang. It's a sideline ball. This is Jiang. And here is Steindor trying to pick up Altenberg, but Bao has it. And just running out of pitch on that far side, China. It's Zhang Xiaozhu who was looking to get round the back of Germany once again. It's easy pickings for Zhao Zhu. Peng Yang. Lorenz just knocks the ball away. Zhao Zhu to Kui. Over the top it goes, and that's going to evade Hillman. Into the final 2 minutes then of the first quarter. Germany 0, China 0. Germany have survived a penalty stroke. A good save by Evie Frank of Wang Mengyu. And China have had the better of this opening 15 minutes. And Muller Wieland with a pretty strong tackle.
Yeah, some really strong tackles going in there from the back from Germany. They need to be a bit more...
They need to be precise.
Yeah, they need to be a bit better in terms of making that tackle, especially when they're inside the circle and there's danger of giving a penalty corner away. I think China frustrating them a little bit at the moment in terms of winning the ball back from them up front and in midfield.
Muller on the top of the circle. Now plays up the flank, but it's aimless from Germany at the moment.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, they're not connecting at all. Maybe they are in terms of defence to midfield, but there's certainly no connections between the midfield and the forwards. Yeah, again, it's just stick tackles, you know. They need to be a lot more sensible and
Well, they're
gain
not being
balance.
pulled up on them.
No, they're not, and I guess that's what allows them to continue to do it. So.
Kui. Back stick. Final 30 seconds. Just lobbed in towards the circle edge, and Wang Mengyu has Bao for company. Steindl gets a card, and then finally Germany get themselves a card. It's been very physical from Germany thus far, and they're finally penalised.
Yeah, they're both very physical teams out there, but that was an extremely clumsy challenge, so they're going to the second quarter now.
So that is the quarter time break. No goals to tell you about, but China on top. Germany 0, China 0. Well, Jan Muller's here, might shuffle his pack again and put Julia Muller back in the back line, because it's been toothless from Germany up front. China had the penalty stroke save, but they've had by far the better of the chances. Do you think Muller will be pulled back?
I mean, I think the reason of putting up front was that she would get in the circle or get those long balls in, but actually it's not being effective at the moment, and as a result I don't think they've got the structured defence. So I think he'll maybe play the second quarter with her, but I think then looking to pull her back as the game goes on and they get more tired.
I've heard from Germany. Let's go across now and listen in to China. Well, China finished, in fact. So Germany up against it in this 5th-8th playoff match. China, well, had a golden opportunity to go 1-0 up, didn't they, with that penalty stroke? But sadly, from their point of view, Wang Mengyu couldn't beat Evie Frank, but from a Germany perspective, it was another fine save. It doesn't matter who they've got between the sticks.
Yeah,
they make great saves, don't they?
Yeah, they're very lucky to have two really good goalkeepers back there, and I guess for them it's a little bit of a luxury with, you know, only one goalkeeper. I imagine if they could kind of swap that goalkeeper for a striker, they might be in a different position this tournament.
Germany got caught napping. And they are short-handed after Louisa Steindl's pretty mucky tackle. Picked up a green card 5 seconds from the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, interestingly, Germany are a man down, and they've got Muller and Muller-Wieland, probably the best two defenders off the field as well. So Oldhaffer, number 29 for Germany, who normally plays up front. We've seen her playing in defence a couple of these games, and you see her at the back there now as well when they've gone down to 10 men.
Strange tactic from Jamila Mulders. Hasselmann tries to crack it across to Oldhaffer, and it's picked out. It's thrown too far by Wang Na. This is Hillman to Hasselmann. And just 30 seconds of the green card remaining. Wang Mengyu to Kui. Kui tries to pick out Yan Yan. Oh, that's an aimless ball into the middle by Oldhaffer, and she's invited China pressure onto her team. Fortunately for her, Lorenz is there to make the tackle on Ji Jiayun, but terrible ball from Oldhaffer. And back up now, Schroeder coming on for Steindorf.
Yeah, China are picking up these loose balls that have been thrown by Germany, but not really capitalising on it at the moment, not really getting anything when they drive into the circle, and rather than keep the stick on their ball, just throwing it away really.
Well, they've got such a potent threat from the top of the circle on penalty corners. Wang Mengyu, the captain, who's missed that stroke, but scored a magnificent goal against Argentina.
Yeah, both goals, didn't they, came from their short corners against Argentina and quality finishes. So I'm sure for China, it should be a tactic of theirs today to try and get some more corners and get the first goal on the score sheet today.
Otter to Lorenz. And here goes Hauke. Hauke to the top of the circle, wins the free hit. Otter. Hasselmann on the reverse stick, and it's a long corner. Both coaches being very vocal. And the chance here for China, 3-on-3, if they can play this one right. They've got the pace for sure. Now, this is end-to-end stuff here. Oh, that's well played, but that's brilliant backtracking as well. But she's gone from one circle to the other without anybody making a challenge.
Yeah, how she's managed to keep running there, I'm not entirely sure, but number 9 for China did a really good run around the back, taking one of the German defenders with them and opening up that space. But really good drag, right-hand drag to try and eliminate the goalkeeper, just not enough pace behind the ball.
Yeah, she did really well to eliminate Frank. But
really well.
China, let's have another look.
Here we see great run in, great drag, but just not enough pace. She's falling backwards as she takes it, and Germany managing to clear it. But an awful lot of teams you see there just taking a backhand shot going into the goalkeeper, so good initiative there in terms of doing a different skill.
Liang Meiyu with the run, and Lorenz with the goal-saving touch. Zhu, this is Bao. Kui to left, but goes into midfield to Wang Na. Pass and a half from Bao, and it's been picked up by Liang, and they're in round the back again here. China, and they give it away. But Jamila Mulders must be very concerned at the regularity, if nothing else.
Yeah, China very good, aren't they? Just taking those picks really close to the sideline and still managing to trap it. And I think on occasions Germany think, oh well, she's going to mistrap that, and bang, she gets it, and then she creates that space for herself behind the German defence.
This is Yu. Schroeder. Yu. This time Germany have got numbers back. Wang Na. To Kui. Down the line it goes from Jiang. And Li wins the free hit. And Jiang Eilin takes the self pass up off the stick of Otter onto the body of Hauke. It was clearly onto the body of Hauke, right in front of Fanika Alkamar, the umpire. And she hasn't seen it somehow.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure how she didn't see that with her being so close to the play, but Germany allowed to get out of trouble on that occasion, but once again doing nothing with the ball up front, and as we see it, they're back and they're defending 23 almost immediately.
Oldhaffer to Otter. Onto the reverse stick, here it comes. And Müller didn't anticipate, surprisingly.
Yeah, no, great ball across there. I think it was Schütz who made a great run out onto the left side of the field and managed to get the ball in a position to get a great reverse stick cross in, but as you said, Charlie, no one on the front foot there in the circle trying to get a deflection onto goal.
Oh, she's gone the wrong way. She's gone the wrong way as the China striker. It was Wu Mengrong who was up top all unmarked, but once again China had plenty of numbers in attack. And Germany distinctly off colour here. Was a whistle. And it's a China ball. It's a great looking ball, but again it's Wu Mengrong who didn't quite pick up the intention.
Yeah, you can see the Chinese forwards trying to create that space for themselves, but unfortunately just a lack of connection between the midfield and the forwards then to see where they wanted the ball. But China showing that the space is there and they can get those balls through, and I think it'll be a real difficulty for Germany if China do get on the end of some of those.
Müller-Wieland with a... Well, she's had a funny game at the back, hasn't she? She's given the ball away once, a complete miss air shot.
Yeah, just trying to play that first time. I'm pretty sure every coach will be asking them to just stop it and make sure the game's not running to plan at the moment for them, and they just need to find each other stick to stick.
It's better from Germany. Pace on the ball and direction, and then the ball up the line is away.
Yeah, it was better from Müller there in terms of putting the ball forward, but she didn't even look up to see if any of her teammates were there. I mean,
everyone's missed it.
It's almost like Germany are just expecting that the person in front of them telepathically understands what they're going to do. They're not actually looking up and looking at each other to see where the movement is and where they should be playing the ball to.
But I guess the difficulty from Julia Miller's perspective, she's so used to playing in the back line that she might see the runs from the back line, but when you're actually playing in midfield or up front, that connection is not going to be there because you've never had to have it.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's not so alien for her. I do think she plays midfield for a club team, Kampong, in the Netherlands, so it shouldn't be that unusual to her. I think for them, they just need a bit of a change of tactic. Rather than her just getting in and smashing it into the circle or smashing it forward, she actually has got fantastic skill and maybe needs to utilise that a little bit more.
Five minutes of the first half remaining. Germany 0, China 0. Germany have cleared one off the line and saved a penalty stroke. Bao. This is Kui. Of Schütze. Here is Kui, spins inside, shoots to Stockel, also with it. And here goes Altenberg, and China clear the danger for the time being. 4 minutes just over remaining in the first half. No score in this 5th-8th playoff match. The winners of this match play England for 5th, 6th. The losers will play Japan for 7th and 8th position. And Germany looking to get the opening goal. And Otter sees her run result in a long corner. Otter. Wang with a good tackle. And plays it along the line to Peng. Peng. That's a lovely looking ball, and it's well picked up by Ji. Ji, good save from Evie Frank, but it's a penalty corner.
Yeah, and that's what we've been saying, haven't we, in terms of China. The space has been there, the balls have been going through, there's just not been anyone on the end of it. Well, this time that was completely different. Frank doing really well to get out and close that. And it's just come on, yeah, it's just deflected off a kicker into Hasselmann, but really good passage of play there from China. Midfielders for the Chinese are working really hard in using the body of the Germans to spin and roll, and as a result they're finding that space through the centre to try and find the high forwards.
It's almost a reversal of the Netherlands-China game, where China frustrated the Netherlands. Here it's China frustrating themselves, unable to get the breakthrough against Germany. Or is this going to be the change? Wang Mengyu at the top of the circle. It goes to Wang. Oh, well, the injection's poor. And that's a desperately disappointing penalty corner.
Yeah, they're going to be really unhappy with that. I mean, the ball's not come out well at all, and even though they've had space to do something on the top, Wang hasn't even slapped it correctly and it's come bouncing in. So Wang's got an opportunity here, and it's just not a great ball in. By that point, Germany have already moved and started to defend well, and yeah, a wasted corner there.
It is a wasted, because the players in front of the Germany defence. I'm not sure how they haven't picked that foot. China ball.
Yeah, Germany just wasting any ball they have. They need to take real care.
Oh, here's another chance. This time though, Peng can't bring it under control, and this is happening with alarming regularity from a Germany perspective.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic balls from China. I mean, it's a 50-yard pass and it's beating 6 German players. Just had she trapped that once again, Evie Frank's going to have her work cut out today.
Well, hold on, they've just thrown possession away again, and this is Liang. Good tackle back from Lorenz. And Kui picks that one up easily. Kui up to the forward line. Peng. Kui continues her run. Peng comes back inside. Fires it across the circle. No one in red attacking the back post. And the green card for the China player Ji Jiayun. Or maybe it's just run straight to the bench. There they are, down to 10 here. China. Can Germany make this count? It would be against the run of play, that is for sure. But you can never write off Germany, and here is a chance. And still alive, and I'm not sure what's happened there. Wow.
Chinese number 7 is literally on her front, on the goal line, and somehow that ball's not gone in.
I can hear you, Kanika.
Okay, Germany is claiming the ball on the body of China, for which they won the penalty corner. Can you please have a look?
I'll look for a body and see if there's any reason for a penalty corner, Kanika.
So let's have another look. Lovely individual skill.
Yeah, great bit of skill coming in there. This is the moment it goes down.
Oh, off the post.
Off the post.
Twice. And the player on the floor is Kui. Jiang tries to get it away.
They're looking into it.
It's come back off the post into her body, hasn't it? Yeah, completely stuck under there.
Off the post twice. And now Germany will probably have an opportunity.
Yeah, a great bit of skill there from Schütze, finding space in an awfully tight area and managing to get that ball towards goal.
It's Hillman who's trying to hook it in. She's in the goal. Shoots her straight across. This angle will probably tell you, but it looks for all the world. It hits Quee's body.
There it is, yeah.
Oh. Let's see what Kelly Hudson has to say.
Schütze must have thought she scored that. She was almost about to celebrate, wasn't she?
Wow.
That's incredible.
Does it hit her body there? You can't well.
It looks like it's stuck under her body for a little bit, but
can't
how
really
does it get? How does it regain momentum then?
Yeah, you can't really tell, can you? Difficult one, Kelly Hudson. Difficult one.
Hi, Monica. I have a
Let's
decision
listen in.
for you.
Yep.
It has hit the body of the defender. It is a penalty corner.
Okay. Penalty corner.
They keep their referral. Yes.
Yep.
So there's a penalty corner off the body of Queen, and Germany will have a chance here to take the lead.
Ball touched the body of a China player. There is a penalty corner, and China gives the referral.
Oh, Germany have committed everybody forward here, just two players back. Kablash and Schroeder. Lorenz to the right, it's gone to Hannah Kruger, and that is wide of the mark. And China survive the penalty corner. In fact, it was a long way wide of the mark. I'm not sure she was going for goal here.
I think she was trying to play to Schütze, the number 19, who's come in for a deflection there. I think she was just trying to play in for a left deflection, left runner off the top deflection in at the P spot, but I think it's just bounced over a stick.
Hauke. Up the line to Hillman, but across comes Bao. Bao doesn't get enough of a stick on it. Hillman inside the final 30 seconds. Germany looking to try and make something happen here, but it's been brought away by Gu Bingfeng and Xi Xiaojun. Confirmation of her green card. But Gu does enough, which will mean China can see out the clock here, and the half-time hooter will sound shortly. There it is, it's half-time in this 5th-8th playoff match. No goals to tell you about, but China have had two great opportunities. It's Germany 0, China 0. Yeah, those two opportunities. A penalty stroke, which Evie Frank saved away to her right-hand side. And then another one cleared off the line by Lorenz after a quick break from China. China have had the upper hand in this one. Germany and the Amelon Molders need to change something at half-time because they can't play another 30 minutes and hope to keep China out. China, they're the most attacking we've seen them in the whole tournament, but they haven't found the breakthrough at half-time. It's Germany 0, China 0. 9-4 in China's favour, circle penetrations, 5-2 in shots, 54 to 46. That is pretty much how it's been, and China's perhaps a little unlucky not to be one up on the top stat. But Germany, well, we've seen them time and time again be under the cosh and come back to win games. They could well do that here. They've survived the first half. The question is, will they be able to survive the second? Don't forget, social media. You can go to facebook.com/FI Hockey and like us there if you would like to. And if Twitter's your thing, at FIH_hockey is our Twitter handle. Use the hashtag CT2014. We're also on Instagram and YouTube at FI Hockey. And news also that for the first time, the FIH have opened up Player of the Year to the fans of hockey. And this is how it's going to work. A shortlist has been drawn up by an expert panel of players, coaches, media, umpires, and the 5 players in each category will be on the Facebook page, I believe it is, after the 15th of December, the week commencing 15th of December. So that's after the Men's Champions Trophy has finished in Bhubaneswar, India. And the players in both Champions Trophies will vote for their favourite. The coaches will vote for their favourite. And you, the fans, can now vote as well. Stay across Facebook and Twitter for more information on where to go. And it'll all be clear week commencing 15th of December. So the teams making their way back out onto the park. China already up in the middle on a huddle, and they look like they're enjoying themselves. And what do you think Yemlin Mulder's had to his side in the break?
I mean, I think you'll be really unhappy with what they've done in terms of going forward. They've been really, really unsuccessful in terms of stringing passes together high up the field. I mean, what we've normally said in the last 4 games is how well they've done it in defence and getting the ball out, but I don't even think they've done it that well today. I think it's a bit of a struggle and a bit of a worry if you put in one of your defenders up front to try and score goals, and whether we see in the 3rd and 4th quarter Muller move to the back. We'll wait and see.
We will wait and see indeed. The Ball Girls making their way back out onto the park as well. And let's have a little look where Muller is going to start this second half. And the answer looks like she's going to continue up front. Germany get us underway in the second half. It's goalless at half-time. Germany 0, China 0. China with the best chances of the first half, although Germany did hit the post twice in the same attack. Ball forward, Hasselmann had to make sure, because trying to come around the back was Xi. Wieland, the wind just starting to pick up. It's a little cloudier in the skies as well here today. That's a good pick from Mavers, but Bauer has possession. First take by Xi, and this is Zhu. Hasselmann to Lorenz, to Müller-Wieland. Müller-Wieland immediately under pressure from Pang. Pang tackling back. Schütze can't control the ball. Germany have the free hit, crack forward. It's found its way through to Altenberg. Altenberg into the circle. Altenberg shot. That's a good save. That's a really good save from Lee.
That's a really great instinctive save, isn't it? I think it's Mavers who got a little touch on that ball in. A great piece of individual skill from Altenberg, but Mavers was the one who got the final touch. But as you said, Charlie, a fantastic save from the Chinese goalkeeper.
Let's have another look at this one.
Yeah, good drive from Altenberg and a great little touch from Ryan Mavers, but Chinese goalkeeper was really, really good in terms of getting across there to cut that one out. Great instinctive reaction.
There's Bao. Liu. To the edge of the circle, some physical stuff on the edge of the circle by Oldhaffer. This is end-to-end stuff here in this second half already. And Germany, Müller onto the reverse stage, Müller with a shot. That's good defensive work by Liu Pan. So free hit. Further round. Lorenz to take. Lorenz looking for an outlet. Steindorf. Back to Lorenz. On the top of the circle is Schützer. Good defensive work, and Oldhaffer gives away the free hit.
Yeah, a good bit of defensive work from China there. I can't really say that they'll be too worried at the moment with what Germany are bringing to them in terms of the attack. And I think having conceded 7 goals, China against Argentina, they'll be really happy at the moment, having not conceded any goals and continue to just push forward more and more now as the game progresses.
Hasselmann tries it up, but Wang Mengyu picks it up. Bao feeds it into midfield and forward to Wang Na. Wang Na takes it quickly, still going Wang Na. Wang Na into the circle. This is Peng, who can't find the penalty corner. And Müller-Wieland takes it quickly. Gablash to her left. There's Hannah Gablash.
Again, difficult for Germany though. When they come in out of the defence, they've got no one in front of them in terms of attack, and China are doing a lot better in getting numbers higher up the field, so they're creating those opportunities for themselves.
It's a nice bit of skill, but the ball inside to Schütz is picked off. So, China ball. Good work at the back by Schützer. And her work now done. She's coming across to be replaced by Hauke. Franziska Hauke now on. Otter. Here's Hauke. Plenty of space on the right flank. Oh, she hasn't gone there. Oldhaffer is in acres of space on the right side.
Yeah, and that for me is what's killing the German side at the moment. It's their vision. They're just not getting their heads up. They're not seeing the passes. I mean, it's a lot easier here, of course, from the commentary box, but on the field they need to pre-scan. They need to look where they want to play the pass before they get it, so they know what they're doing.
Lee not given enough space and takes it quickly, tries to find Yan Yan down the sideline. The ball back in is just enough for Müller-Wieland to get onto. Wang Na picks up possession. And forward to Yan Yan. Yan Yan can't bring it under control.
There's a difference, isn't there, between taking risks and being sloppy, and sometimes I feel with Germany they're just quite sloppy in terms of their passes to their teammates. I think sometimes you call them hospital passes, you know, because they do not quite get in there, or they're really tricky for you to deal with, and Germany need to try and get that out of their game.
Kruger doesn't get the decision. Perhaps a little unfortunate for Hannah Kruger.
China extremely strong though, aren't they, in terms of defending on the reverse side. Get really low and keep their forehand to the floor and use that in terms of taking the strength forwards.
That's a good ball to the edge of the circle. Yan Yan, can she get the shot away? Yan Yan squeezes it across the circle, 16.
Yeah, great ball in again from China, bypassing so many German players, and I think the difference is the technique of the Chinese in terms of trapping the ball. I think, yes, against other teams they might look to intercept the ball a little bit more than the German defenders, but the trapping skills of the Chinese forwards today has been fantastic.
Schroeder against Yu. To Kruger in the circle, and Wang is there. She's absolutely clapped that one away, and that's a poor touch from Lorenz, and it's a China ball. Wang Mengyu towards Zhang. It gets through to Müller-Wieland. Müller-Wieland's ball to Oldhoff is a poor one, and it's well kept in on that far side by Gablash. Another example of a poor Germany ball. What's that? Can't get past Wang Mengyu.
Again, it's kind of a hit and hope, isn't it? That, you know, the Chinese midfield to forwards is a lot more measured in terms of their passing, and I think Germany have got creative, skillful forwards in terms of Gablash and Stockel, but they're just not finding them with the balls forward at the moment. China have done that a lot today, haven't they, in midfield, using the body of the German defender to roll and spin and win free hit time after time. The Germans need to not get as close to them so they can use their body, you know, pretend to go in and then step out, which will stop them then from giving away free hits.
I mean, you with the big aerial, unable to bring it under control is Hauke. Here is Hauke though. Schroeder out to that right-hand flank.
I mean, Germany need to recognise here Müller-Wieland's run straight through the park into the circle. If they give away the ball now, they're going to be really vulnerable.
Five minutes of this third quarter remaining, and this is the poorest quarter of the match so far, isn't it? Neither side have got any real structure to their play.
Yeah, exactly. It's just no quality of play at the moment. You'd expect a lot more from these two international teams, and I think both coaches will be disappointed with how the game's run. It's not got better as it's gone on.
Deflected on the top of the circle. And trying to bring it away, no problem at all. Tackle from Gablak. That's an aerial ball into the corner that's picked out. Peng, she needs some support. Arrives a bit late. Ji Jun.
Absolutely fantastic ball there from Wang. Saw the space in which the Chinese forward could run into, and another great turn using the body, but the execution of the shot was extremely poor, and you need to be at this level at least getting that a shot on target.
Peng's lost out. Müller. Ball touch from her. It's in keeping with the match, really.
Yeah, exactly. Very few traps from the German side, and the ball's always been running too far in front of them. They need someone now to just stick on ball and play it to a forehand and just get a passage of play where they can play it around and get some confidence, because China, I feel, are going to be the first to get on the score sheet if they don't.
Or indeed, if they get on the score sheet at all. If we're goalless after the remaining 18 and a bit minutes play, then we're going to a shootout. That's the tackle on Otter on Peng, and been a number of Germany tackles like that in this competition. Totally different Germany side, the one that lost 1-0 to the Dutch in the quarter-final. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it, the mentality? I mean, Germany having played Holland only last month and losing out by only 1 goal. That was attack.
Here come Germany, though. There's a chance. Off the foot of Marie Mavers.
I think Germany's confidence in playing Holland was a lot higher, and you know I think at some point they feel they're going to get that win against the Netherlands, whereas today China, a different style of hockey, a lot more enabling them to play a lot more long balls through the centre of the park, and how China haven't capitalised on that, I'm not quite sure.
Ball cleared down that right-hand side. Oldhaffer. Can't pick up Altenberg, but Altenberg has a chance for the long corner. Oldhaffer. Müller-Wieland. Oldhaffer, I think she changed her mind halfway through the pass and ended up falling over, but managed to get the sideline ball. Here she is again. Nice ball across. That's a good defensive stop from Jiang. China sideline ball. Inside the final minute then of the third quarter. Still Germany 0, China 0. Wang plays the aerial ball. Oldhaffer brings it down. Now, chance here for Germany after the missed trap from Jiang. Good work from Ji. This is Zhu. Germany just starting to exert some pressure here. Otto shouting at the umpire, not sure that's going to help her cause too much. Here's Otto again, long corner. Inside the final 10 seconds. China had to be sure, Germany have to be quick, and China have done enough to get to the three-quarter time break on level terms. There is the three-quarter time hooter, and there's still no score in this 5th-8th playoff match. With 15 minutes remaining, it's Germany 0, China 0. Well, Germany perhaps a little bright in the final couple of minutes of that half, certainly in terms of pressure, but it's been a poor game, this one so far.
Yeah, it has indeed. I mean, Germany have been poor in terms of playing the ball to their teammates, and the technique in terms of trapping the ball hasn't been up to an international standard, I would say. I think the key for the German teams now is in terms of creating 2v1's attack and trying to run at the Chinese defence if they're going to try and win a corner in this last and final quarter of the game.
As I say, if we are still goalless after the 4th quarter, we will go to a shootout. Usual patriotic fervour from Jamelon Mulders in his team talks. What do you think Mulders is saying to his team down there?
I think he's telling them to attack. I mean, he has to in some way keep the confidence up and the belief that they can win this game in the fourth quarter and that they can score goals. There's no point, I mean, shouting at your team and telling them they can't do it with only a quarter to go. You've got to try and instill some sort of belief, but I think for him he'll be encouraging them to attack the Chinese defence and trying to create 2v1s high up the field so they can create those opportunities for themselves.
So Germany get us underway in this fourth and final quarter of this 5th-8th playoff match. It's Germany 0, China 0. The victors here play England in the second match tomorrow. The losers face Japan in the first. And we'll battle it out for the wooden spoon. China, who started brightly in the first half, just come off the boil a little bit. And Germany, yeah. Oh, Yvonne Frank a good deal after penalty stroke save. And another couple of good saves. Can they now build on that, turn this one around? Shoots it into long corner. Into the circle. Dries Altenberg and shoots it. Quickly taken by Schroeder.
I mean, that's much better play from the Germans. Having played against China myself a number of times, if you do continue to run at them, you will get penalty corners.
Off the foot of Otter, how disappointing for Germany there. It's been taken quickly, and Liang drives it up towards the halfway line. That's a swinging stick.
Wow.
From Hans Schroeder.
I mean, for Germany now, 2 years ago at London Olympics, they were ranked 3rd in the world and they currently rank 7th, so.
Chance here for Pang, driven in towards the feet, or the body of Evie Frank, and it comes again. And China think about the referral, they're going upstairs. Frank, glad to see that one drop to her feet.
Yeah, there was some power behind that shot, wasn't there? She got hold of it completely, it ripped straight at Frank.
Okay, China is claiming a German foot circle for which I take a decision. I gave long corner, I didn't see. I only saw it coming off of the keeper. Can you please check?
I'll have a look for a foot, Fanica.
So let's see if we can see a foot here. That's one hell of a shot. Yeah, that onto the foot of Lorenz.
Yeah, I think so. It takes a deflection off, and the Chinese forward is saying instantly, isn't she, that this is the initial save, it drops to the floor.
Keep your eye on Lorenz now, not here, as it comes in now. Yeah, that was going in as well.
Yeah, the Chinese forwards done
Fanica,
well to keep that ball moving forward and find the foot.
There is a foot, it is a penalty corner, and China keeps their referral.
So that's twice now, once with the hand and once with the foot. Lorenz has saved Germany. The second one, not intentional, the first very intentional. Now, can Wang Mengyu break the deadlock here? The injector is Liu Pan. Stopper is Wang Na. Here's Wang Mengyu, deflection off the Germany runner, and it's a long corner. Good work from Germany in defence there. Peng. quickly. Lovely skill along the baseline. That's good defensive work by Otap. Mengyu back to Liu Pan. Lifted ball towards Yu, so Yu's always second best to bring that under control. Let's have a look at the penalty corner again.
Yeah, number one runner does really well in terms of getting there, and it takes a deflection off her stick rather than her foot, which you'll be really happy about. But China corners haven't looked as slick as they did against Argentina a couple of evenings ago.
Speed on the injection doesn't seem to be there.
No, it doesn't, and obviously with the first corner they mistrapped it completely, so I think they'll be really disappointed with that.
That's the 3 penalty corners in the match so far. 2 to China, 1 to Germany. That's Yu. That's a lovely ball to Yu, from Yu to Pang, and this is Liang. Liang up against Muller-Wieland. Liang into the circle. Liang going around the back, tries to feed it back into Pang, who's on her knees. Muller-Wieland's on her backside, and Germany get it clear.
I mean, Germany need to be really positive now in these last 10 minutes if they're going to get something out of this game. I mean, they're currently ranked 7th in the world, 7th at this tournament, and therefore if they do win this game, means that they'll be playing higher than their ranking, so there has to be something that's in the forefront of their mind now, moving into the last 10 minutes of the 4th quarter.
This is Lorenz. Stockel. Good work from Stockel. This is Kui.
I mean, Stockel's one of Germany's most creative players, and I think that's the second time we've seen her on the ball today. They need to do a lot better in finding those players who can have an influence on the scoreline.
Intercepted by Wang Na. This is Peng Yang. Peng Yang still going. Lorenz comes out on top. Shoots her. Now she's got some space in front of her in which to run. And unmarked in the circle was Mavers, but that's good defensive work by Kui. Bounced on the line.
Yeah, it looked to me like she'd managed to keep that ball in, but obviously the umpire's seen something different, and Germany have the ball once again.
Well, that's a poor ball in field, and it's Hauke out. Stockel. Stockel still going. Wang Mengyu. Well, some calming stuff. You can hear a lot of shouting going on at the umpires.
Yeah, here we can see the one on the sideline.
Oh, maybe it's off in the air. In which case it's a good spot. That's a horrible looking tackle from Peng Yang.
Just no balance at all, is it, in their tackles? They're just sprinting towards the German defenders and just carry on running. They don't balance themselves so they can actually make a tackle. And
well, they're sort of bundling in, and
yeah.
Germany just sort of like haymaking with their sticks.
Yeah, exactly. Both teams not tackling very pretty out there today, but
Zhang. Yu. Peng Yang. Peng Yang. Oh, Kruger. Kruger somehow hasn't given away penalty corner. with that tackle.
Yeah, and I think it hit the Chinese girl's foot, and therefore Germany claimed the ball. I mean, Germany keep doing that. They're standing behind the Chinese defenders, and I was surprised when the Chinese defender gets to the ball sooner than they do. I mean, it's a tactic that's been happening the whole game long. They need to get in front of the Chinese defenders so they can win back the ball.
Kruger's overbalanced, taking the player out. If that's anywhere else on the park, I would say China get a free hit.
Yeah.
Kept in play now. Is this the chance for Germany? Müller into the keeper, who makes a great save. Julia Müller thought all her Christmases had come at once there. But credit to Li Dongxiao, because she made herself big and Müller just drilled it into her chest.
I mean, that's the moment, isn't it? That's why Germany have put Müller up front, and they've done a beautiful piece of play to get there. Great lift over from Kruger, I believe it was. Altenberg's worked really hard in the corner to keep that in. This is the great bit for me. Maver just lays it off beautifully, and Müller's gone for the inside of the goal rather than the far post. And great save from the Chinese goalkeeper to keep that one out, because it had some power right behind it.
This is Hillman, who finds herself playing in the back line. It seems anybody can play anywhere in the German lineup.
Yeah, they say they're versatile, but actually the last thing you want going into the last 5 minutes of the game is everyone playing out of position.
From that angle, it's actually a much better save, because she's got her right arm down to make the stop. That probably hurt. 1-2 off the stick from Zhu, and we've got 5 minutes and 20 remaining in the match. We're possibly heading towards our first shootout of the tournament.
And two very good goalkeepers, I think, to do shuttles again, so it'll be a really interesting one if it does get to that.
Weren't Germany going to change their keeper for the shuttles against the Dutch? Weren't they going to bring on Reynolds for the shuttles?
I'm not sure, actually. Interesting, because there are keepers who will be better at shuttles than, say, outfield play, and therefore if you have got a keeper like that and you can put them on the field, then that's a great opportunity for you. The only difficulty is, of course, she's not played the full game, and whether she's switched onto it, then they've really got to be focused in their concentration.
It's unlike Anne Schroeder to have something to say to her teammates.
She's a feisty player, isn't she?
Here she is on the ball. Schroeder infield to Müller. Germany just coming into this, and again Kruger on the right hand side in plenty of space, and it's catching. Oh, there's a good touch, and Liang through the middle. Liang brings it down the right hand side. Liang still going. She's been crowded out of it, has she?
Yeah, Hasselmann's done really well there, not to create a foul and give away anything, but managing to get the ball back. A great pick again from the Chinese forwards, and Germany need to be really careful. As you were saying, Charlie, the pass was on to the right hand side. They need to keep it simple now in the last 4 minutes if they're going to get anything from this.
Here is Kruger. Wang Mengyu just lets that roll over.
Here we see the Chinese forward doing really well to kind of evade one defender, but Hasselmann doing extremely well to get back there and working really hard still, as you can see there, to win the ball and keep it in play for her team.
Well, that's a nice looking ball. It was meant for Zhu, but this is Liang. Liang inside Stockel. Bao fires it in off the foot of Stockel. Bao rifles it in, it's off Stockel again. Zhu. Penalty corner. Now, Wang Mengyu instructions from the bench.
Yeah, good work from the Chinese forward in taking that free hit quickly, and Otter, I think it was, trying to get out of the way because she wasn't 5, and as a result Hasselmann turning and just doing extremely well. It's almost like a 4v1 there, and she finds, well, it's come off the stick, I think, into the foot there. So another German mistake rather than...
So 2:23 remaining on the clock. This could be a game winner if Man Yu can convert. They went for the deflection from the injector and it's wide.
She looked like she had the space there as well. As you can see, the ball comes out at the top. Wang gets hold of it, plays it there. She's got more than enough space and should realistically be scoring a goal from that opportunity.
There was nobody on the post for Germany. And China, if they don't go on to win this, I think will curse themselves. Inside the final two is Schroeder. Infield to Hauka. Coming across is Zhu. Wang Mingyu. The free hit. These two have never drawn a game in the Champions Trophy. Is this to be the first? Oh, and Wang Na gets away with that one with two players deep. Here they are, Kui and Bao. Inside the final 60 seconds. Is there to be a match winner here? Oh, it's a good ball down the line, but Zhang unable to pick it up. So, 30 seconds in which to win it. Wang Mingyu into the 25, inside, good tackle from Hasselmann. China ball. Wang trying to fire it in. And Germany will bring it clear. Oh, no, they don't. They've given it away on the 25. It's Schutzer. And we're inside the final 10, and we are going to go to a shootout here in this 5th, 8th playoff match between Germany and China. There is the final whistle, and there is no goals, or are no goals in regulation play. It's a shootout. It's finished. Germany 0, China 0. Well, a disappointing game, ends with no goals, and Germany, I'm sure, will be the happier of the two. And now the coaches have to work out who is going to be taking the shootouts, and indeed whether or not they're going to change keepers. But certainly Germany will be the happier of the two, having not conceded. China with chances in that match, but unable to beat the Germany goalkeeper. Final score, Germany 0, China 0. See the highlights then from the match, and it was a fairly physical game. Let me say, not the prettiest.
Here's the save from Lorenz using her body, which gave the stroke away. And there's the stroke save from Evie Frank. Take from Wang, but Evie Frank reads it and goes down and makes a great save, stopping that ball from going over the line. Another chance for China, though. A great pull there to beat Evie Frank, but not enough pace on it to beat the German defender. China's corners weren't that slick today, and there's one that hasn't come out well to the top of the circle. And even the ball played in wasn't a great ball. Germany's opportunity down the other side, hit in the post, but played back onto the Chinese defender, gaining them this short corner. And Kruger pulling that far too wide to the left to get any contact with the player running in, looking for the deflection.
Well, that's the We'll come to that in a minute. Here are the full-time stats. Plenty of circle penetrations for China. And they got 7 shots away. Germany just the 4. And no goals to tell you about. And Evie Frank is not going to be replaced in the Germany goal. But it looks like it's going to be Kruger, Gablash, Stockel, and Steindor. And Hasselmann, is it? Oh, in fact, it's the 5 that have gone out onto the park. Otter is going to be one of the shootout takers. So, after no goals in 60 minutes of play, we need a shootout. Only the 19th goalless draw in Champions Trophy history, and in fact the last goalless game involved China. England-China 0-0 in the Pool A match in the first round in 2011. So it looks like 7, 26, 27, 11 and 10 are going to be taking it. So Kui, Peng, Liang, Zhang and Yu. And for Germany, Mavers, 13, Otter, and Hauke, and Schütze. And then the 5 have been, and Altenberg as well is also stepping forward. So just to confirm, Kui, Peng, Liang, Yu, and Li, in fact, not Jiang, Li for China, and Frank and Li in goal. Remember, it's an 8-second clock for the player to beat the keeper. Germany are going to go first. And the player to get them underway is number 19, Lisa Schütze. So here we go then. Schütze against Li. Shoots her into the circle. Li stays tall. Li can't make the save. And Schütze scores.
Yeah, Schütze doing really well. You running at an angle, a nice little bit of skill, but then takes the ball to the left. Li doing a little bit with her stick as well to try and put her off there, but good composure, I'd say. Pulling the ball to the left and hitting that backhand.
Gone with the feet first, though, the keeper, interestingly. So, this is Kui. Peng, in fact. Peng up against Frank. Peng, can she get the shot away? She can. And Peng scores to make it 1-1.
That's a really good turn from Peng as she comes in, really takes Evie Frank out of the game and gives herself a lot of space in which to finish that into the back of the goal.
Here is Hauke then. Hauke up against Li. Li's quick to the penalty flick spot. Hauke, good save. Brilliant save from Li. Really good work from the China goalkeeper.
Yeah, as we see Hauke coming in, she runs at a straight line, and a lot of players have tried that turn, but Li wasn't fooled by it whatsoever and managed to stay on her feet until she had to go to ground and make the clearance.
So, 1-1, but Germany have taken one more, and now it's Liang Meiyu. Liang up against Frank. Liang does really well. And they're really moving Frank around, aren't they? The China shootout takers.
Yeah, made that look really easy. A great shootout. Here we see her just taking the ball to the right and evading Evie Frank. Now she's a tall goalkeeper, so that's a big drag, but great finish into the goal, into the high net.
So Marie Mavers now doesn't have to score, but really would heap pressure on her team if she doesn't. Mavers up against Lee. Again, she runs straight. Mavers through the legs, scores. 2-2.
We see this a lot from German players when they take shuttles in terms of turning their back to the goalkeeper. They think it shades the ball and it makes it difficult. Lee's done very well there, but it's just crept through her legs when Mavers has got it off her stick.
So Kui now steps forward for China. Kui Xia. Kui, who was captain at the start of this tournament. Yeah, never moved it enough. And Frank saves. There's the difference between the two. If you don't move it enough, Frank will make the save.
Yeah, exactly. You can't run straight at the goalkeeper, and she's looked a bit unconfident in the game so far today as well. And there you see her going in. It's not a big enough drag on this occasion, and makes that a good save by Evie Frank and a great clearance to get it out of that circle and out of trouble.
It's 2-2. Both teams have missed one, and now it's Otter. Katarina Otter. Otter. Is she going for the quick shot? No, she hasn't. She's moved Lee. And she scores. And Germany now put the pressure on China. And it is Li Jiaqi.
Yeah, Otter was going to go for the slap there, but then did a good disguise and took it to her left-hand side to hit her backhand.
So, must score here for Lee. Oh, that's quick hands. That's really quick hands from Lee, because she didn't move the ball desperately far, but it was really quick hands.
Yeah, really slow approach from Lee. You'd like to see it be a bit more dynamic than that, but at the very last minute, indeed, really fast hands to get that shot away and get it under Evie Frank's stick.
So now it's Altenberg. Here comes Altenberg then. If she scores here, China have to score their final penalty stroke or shootout. She does score. And now Yu Xian knows she has to score to take us into sudden death.
Yeah, Altenberg doing really well. You felt like the clock was ticking down, but she didn't seem to feel that pressure and finishes off with an absolute rocket of a backhand into the netting.
So Yu Xian then has to score. Yu Xian up against Evie Frank. Scores up off the glove of Frank. That was not the most positive shootout you will see, but she's managed to beat Frank and we get a sudden death.
Yeah, once again, a really slow approach and tries to pull it onto the backhand, and I thought Evie Frank was going to save that one, and as you can see, she's extremely disappointed as her head falls to the ground.
So did she. So, 4-4 after the first 5. We can... we now change it around, so China go first. And it's Peng Yang. She took the first in the first 5. She doesn't have to take the first one here, but she is taking it again. She scored the first time of asking. And that is a cracking finish, that.
That is an absolutely fantastic finish from a really difficult angle. Probably really close for her as well with Evie Frank on top of her, but really, really great finish. You see her drive into the left-hand side, knows exactly what she wants to do here, and bang, top right-hand corner.
That's a difficult finish. Now, Schutzer has to score. Schutzer up against Lee. The drama of a shootout here at the Champions Trophy in Mendoza. Lee's got a stick on it. Lee's still going. The clock must go, that's it. Germany are out. They have been beaten by China on a shootout in this 5th-8th playoff match. Commiserations to Lisa Schutzer, she's the one that's missed. But in truth, China deserved it on the balance of play. Great save from Li Dongjiao. And just here, well, she hits the bar, it's away, and it's delight for China, and Germany play Japan for 7th and 8th, China will take on England. And with the goal at her mercy, Schütze has missed. But Sarah Thomas, China deserved that.
Yeah, I think they do. I mean, in terms of the actual game that was played, they had more chances. They weren't clinical with their corners today, but from the feel of the game, they definitely were the ones who took more opportunities, and you feel that they should have got the win today.
So it's had to be settled in a shootout, and China have won it by 5-4 in a penalty shootout. Well, delight then for China. They'll be back second game tomorrow. Germany first up against Japan. A real disappointment for Germany. And, well, you can see what it means to them on their faces. They had to pick themselves up and come back tomorrow. But they came so desperately close, didn't they, in normal time, when you, the last penalty taker, took it really narrow, and Frank got a hand on the ball but deflected it up and into the net. Well, yeah. Sarah Thomas.
Shuttles are always an interesting one. I know when we played with Great Britain, it would be dependent on who had a good game that day. I think you've got probably 7 people who are willing to take a shuttle, and probably out and out 3 people who will definitely take it, and then 2 people dependent on how they've performed in that game. And for me, it was only one from the Chinese team who didn't look confident in terms of going in to take that shuttle. The rest...
Yeah, I'll just jump in there, Sarah, because Jana Müller-Wieland is going to give us the view from the Germany camp.
Jana, thanks very much for coming to talk to us. Not a great way, obviously, to lose a game, but did you feel as a side that you did enough to win it in normal time?
No, obviously we didn't. That's the problem. The only goals we score are in penalty shootouts, and that's not enough to win a game.
And from a sort of tactical perspective, playing Julia Müller up front, what was the thought process behind that?
We had hoped that we might be more dangerous up front, but as you see, we didn't score even with Julia up front. But yeah.
Brilliant. Thank you very much for your time, and good luck tomorrow.
Yeah, difficult for Jana Müller-Wieland or anybody in the Germany camp to give us their thoughts, but so we thank her for her time. But yeah, it was very disappointing from Germany, weren't they?
Yeah, I think so, and as Jana Müller-Wieland mentioned there about putting Müller up front, they just don't have the firepower at the moment.
So here's the schedule. England have won 3-1 against Japan, so they'll play China because China have beaten Germany 5-4 in a shootout to book their place in the 5th, 6th spot. Next up, we've got the 2 semi-finals. It's New Zealand against Australia first, and then the Dutch against Argentina. They promise to be 2 absolutely cracking semi-finals. But those fighting it out for the lower places, it's going to be Germany against Japan for the wooden spoon, and England against China for 5th, 6th. We needed a shootout to separate Germany and China, and in the end it was China that got the better of Germany 5-4 in sudden death. Peng Yang scoring, Lisa Schütze missing, and that is the difference between the two. So China have beaten Germany on a shootout by 5 goals to 4. Bye-bye.